The BRICS nations are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These countries are major players in the global economy. They are increasingly unhappy with the dominance of the US dollar. This has led them to pursue de-dollarization. They want to reduce their reliance on the dollar in trade and finance. The BRICS nations believe that relying too heavily on the dollar makes them vulnerable. Global events can impact the dollar's value. This can harm their economies. They seek greater control over their financial destinies. They aim to create a more multipolar world. In this world, power is distributed more evenly. One way the BRICS are trying to achieve de-dollarization is by creating a new trading currency. This currency would be backed by a basket of commodities. These commodities could include gold, oil, and other raw materials. This would give the currency intrinsic value. It would be less subject to the fluctuations of the global market. This new currency would not replace the national currencies of the BRICS nations. Instead, it would be used for transactions between them. This would reduce their need to use the US dollar for trade. It would also encourage other countries to trade in this new currency. The proposed BRICS currency is still in its early stages. The details of how it will work are still being ironed out. One idea is to create a digital currency. This digital currency could be used for cross-border payments. The BRICS are also considering establishing a new development bank. This bank would finance infrastructure projects in developing countries. This would provide an alternative to the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. These institutions are seen as being dominated by the United States and its allies. The creation of a new currency and a new development bank would be a major challenge. It would require a high level of coordination and cooperation among the BRICS nations. They would need to overcome their political differences. They would also need to convince other countries to accept the new currency. However, the potential rewards are significant. A successful BRICS currency could help to shift the balance of power in the global economy. It could also lead to a more stable and equitable international monetary system. There is no official timeline for the launch of this new currency. Experts believe it could take several years. This is a complex undertaking. It requires careful planning and execution. One major challenge is the technical aspect. Creating a secure and reliable digital currency is a significant task. It requires advanced technology and expertise. The BRICS nations need to ensure that the currency is resistant to fraud and cyber attacks. Another challenge is the political will of the participating nations. Each country has its own economic interests and priorities. Reaching a consensus on the currency's design and implementation will require compromise and negotiation. Despite these challenges, the BRICS nations are motivated to reduce their dependence on the US dollar. They see this as a way to enhance their economic sovereignty and protect themselves from external shocks. The success of the BRICS currency is not guaranteed, however. The fact that it is being seriously considered is a sign of the times. The global balance of power is shifting. Emerging economies are playing an increasingly important role. They are demanding a greater say in how the world is run. If the BRICS currency is successful, it could have a profound impact on the global financial system. It could lead to a more multipolar world. In this world, power is more evenly distributed. This could make the global economy more stable and resilient. The rise of the BRICS currency could also challenge the dominance of the US dollar. The dollar has been the world's reserve currency for decades. This gives the United States significant economic and political power. A successful BRICS currency could erode this power. It could lead to a more equitable and democratic global order. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more. Like and subscribe to @GSS_GSD. Be well, be ready to pivot.